Well, hey. Welcome, everyone, to the Blue Gamer Bluecast Morning Show. I'm your host, Adam Blue, 30 plus your video game enthusiast and industry analyst. And today, for September 24th, 2025, I'll run through the latest gaming news, what I've been playing, etc. Wow, I did that really fast. Yeah, Ultronymous, that was from Final Fight 3. That's a really cool track. It's amazing sometimes how games might have just some, whatever soundtracks, and then you'll come across a track that's like, whoa, that track is just too much. It's too good. So yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. And music, man, has bit me. And maybe it's the time of year. It still gets. It felt like 106 yesterday, so it still gets hot here. But there's still a lot of fall stuff happening. Like this morning, it was nice and cool when I ran or walked. It's been raining. I think it just stopped, but it's been raining. I think this is that transitionary period right now to the fall time frame. Speedrun the intro. No, I never played that one. Oh, speedrun the intro. I like that. Only Final Fight Guy. Yeah, Final Fight Guy was cool because that was one, and I don't know if this is how you played it too, but it was where I think it was only on the SNES, but only at Blockbuster. Like you could only rent it or something like that. I mean, at least in the US. And then it would be available, And I've played all the Final Fight games. And this was before I was doing retro achievements, so I need to go back and play them again. They're fun. It's hard they don't hold up as much today, but if you're used to that gameplay from back then, it feels good. But yeah, hope everyone's had a good day. It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday, so if you're looking for a podcast later tonight, I'll be on Midnight Hatter Live with Steven. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot to get into. I might do some game playing, and I might do PS Remote. 2 games just went on sale that are pretty cool. I paid under $10 for 2 games. We'll get to that here shortly. Let's see. My other laptop is rebooting. Let's jump into some news. What is the news, and what should I start with? Well, actually, let's start with what I've been playing. Right? That's how we always do it. So yesterday, you know what? I played a little more than I thought. One, if you guys remember that Alabaster Dawn demo, that was cool, right? My brother when my brother has to tell me, and his name is Sean, when my brother has to go out of the way to tell me, hey, you need to play this, then I know it's good. Normally, he'll just play a game. And I'll see that he's playing. I'll ask, what are you playing? He's like, I'm playing blah, blah, blah. But if he says, Adam, you need to play this, he's usually spot on. It's pretty cool. I think it's because we just know each other so well. Like, I'll know a song he'll like. He'll know a song that I'll like, But anyway, I decided yesterday to buy that Lollipop Chainsaw Repop because it's on sale for $24. It came out at $50. I played it on the 360. And it's a fun game, but it's more of a B-movie tier. And hey, James Gunn wrote the game or the dialogue. I forget what he did exactly. But anyway, and actually let me type that in here just so we could see. Yeah, when I played Lollipop Chainsaw on the 360, the last time was September 3rd, 2012 that I actually played that. Wow. Oh, over 10 years, but I like how it's in the September timeframe. I feel bad because the husky is kind of crying because mom had to leave to go run an errand, and it was raining. It's cute, though. She's hanging out with the cat. Anyway, here's the thing. Lollipop Chainsaw is fun, but it's not for everybody. It's a character action game, and so I like that automatically. You do combos. You're unlocking combos. What I have fun with character action games is I'm presented with enemies. I have an arsenal I can use, whether that's combos, different moves, dodging, whatever. And I really like how I really just have fun in that sandbox. And so Lollipop Chainsaw is that. But if for someone like me, I could feel that there's, how do I explain it? Sometimes the animation along with the combat feels off or stiff, and it's like I can get over that. And then over time, the repetition, then its quirks kind of help with the gameplay. But I like it. This is a game with character. This is a game that does some crazy stuff. It is a bit sexualized in the way it discusses things, but I think that's okay. We don't get that a lot, and it doesn't go too far, and it's not mean-spirited, and it's a zombie game. It's pretty fun. Funny how the horror game keeps just barely missing October. I wonder what my horror game is going to be. Yeah, because even just this week, Silent Hill F launched, which I want to play. That looks so good. And here's the thing with Silent Hill F, I'll tell you guys right off the bat. It looks more like it's a action game. I've probably watched 3 hours of gameplay just as watched because usually I'll have, some videos on while I'm working. I'll turn it on, I'll look, and I'll turn it on, I look. And then when I'm watching Silent Hill F, there's just a lot of combat. And I like that. So I'm probably going to pick that up. There's Cronus, which looks cool too. These are both horror games. Yeah, and they didn't come out in October. Was it Suda51? You know what? I think the original Lollipop Chainsaw might have been, let's see, because I know what happened was Grasshopper Manufacturer. And was that him, or are we thinking I always get those guys that were at Capcom confused. Because yeah, it's there's like these two guys, right? It's Kamiya, right? And then I'm really bad at all that. Anyway, let's look. Founder. Yeah, Suda. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and so, but he has I think the IP of Lollipop Chainsaw then, went to Kadokawa Games and, or did, Repop, no. Worldwide is Dragami Game. Okay, because I would have thought Kadokawa would want to hold on to IP because they're like an IP collector. Now I'm just getting into like the weeds of all this development stuff. I'm actually curious. Let me do something. You know what? I think it's just going to be in the same thing. Yeah, remaster titled Repop, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if they go into detail. I find it curious because when they announced that they were doing a remaster, it's like, why have that game? I don't think anyone would want, I guess the political climate, because it's very sexualized in a way. I don't know. I just wonder. Yeah, so Gunn and Suda. So it's kind of crazy to think James Gunn and Suda51 work together. That's the other reason why I was so obsessed with wanting to see the Superman movie, because it's just James Gunn as an artist. But anyway, in June 2024, Dragami, and that's, I think, it will be released. Okay, so let's look at this Dragami. It doesn't link to them. So anyway, I guess whoever was holding on to the IP, I don't know if they bought it or Demon Gaze, which that sounds like an awesome name for a game. Demon Gaze. Oh, anime girls. No, I'm just joking. Is it like a turn-based? Oh man, the art is insane. The art is insane. I mean, I'll look at it later. Anyway, let's move on. Basically, did I digress? Okay, it's still janky, guys. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop is still janky, but if you are like me, if you tend to play the same games as me, you'll have fun with this while noticing where there are issues, Yeah, no, you were right, Ultronimus. You were right on it. Suda51. I always get confused. Grasshopper Manufacturer, Suda51. Then there was the Kamiya and his whole thing. There's Platinum Games, and then I think he went back to Capcom. There's all this crazy stuff going on. I thought they were going to get back together because they both left their studios. Oh, that's funny. I think the dog, our husky, is feeling better. Than she's playing with the cat. The cat's playing with her too. So, okay. Split Fiction. Wife and I played some more. Yesterday was a little more fun, actually. I don't know how much for her, but we got to a part where we're pretty much Samus balls, right? And I have a magnetic ability. She has other abilities. and we just went, and I was having fun because there's a little more thought to it, and I got to say, my wife does great. My wife does good for the type of gamer she is. She's not a 3D, never plays never has to aim. She never plays games where there's aiming. The most she plays when she plays video games is Mario Kart, 2D Mario, Mickey Mouse games, like side-scrolling Mickey games. But she was having to do some aiming. There was a thing where she had to grapple and swing while turning the camera to get to the next thing to go around a platform that was going to run into lasers, and she did it. I remember she's like, "Can you do this for me?" I'm like, No. I know you could do it." Huh. I just sounded like my trainer. That's pretty cool. I can like tell someone you can do it, you know? So we played, Split Fiction. Can't wait to be done with it. And I don't know, I keep harping on this, but like, they're fun. They're not game of the year stuff. It's different, but not a knock against it. I think game of the year needs to have more of a, and I could see why something like Split Fiction would be game of the year, because by playing the gameplay and my wife playing it, it's a game for anybody. So that's a wider audience. More people can say, hey, this is good. But could that warrant a game being game of the year? I don't know. Anyway, let me move on again. Odin Sphere, playing some more of that. I am now in the groove, and I maybe talked about this with Odin Sphere, where I know how to play, and it's just fun now. I'm still just the second character, Cornelius. I think I already beat the third boss with Cornelius, or maybe the fourth. Just having a lot of fun. The loop is just a bunch of 2D hack and slash with one button. Hold it down, and it blocks, but if no one's attacking you, it becomes like a special. You have a button for a special. You plant seeds, and the money, currency you use to upgrade, you can also use to put into seeds to grow fruit you eat for XP and health. Like, I love the loop. It's this, here's something, and I saw it on Reddit, so I don't feel bad saying it, because sometimes I'll play a game and I'll be like, I know a lot of people like this game, and this is almost like a Split Fiction, but it's pretty one note. And other people were saying that about Odin Sphere. Odin Sphere is great, but it's just a basic hack and slash. It is. Split Fiction, it just has basic puzzles. I would never say Odin Sphere is game of the year, but it's a fun game. Did I make sense with all that? Anyway, those were the 3 games I played, and I didn't even play each one for long. In fact, yeah, what did I do yesterday? I don't. It was a lot of work, so I got off work, and I think I just. Anyway, okay, guys, let's move on. I'm just talking about a lot of stuff, but isn't that the point? Okay, Neo 3 launches February 6, 2026, according to Amazon Japan, so we don't know. But I'm excited about Neo 3. I never beat Neo 2. I loved the first Neo, never beat it. Let's look at how many hours I put into the first Neo game. 59 hours and 50 minutes, and I never beat it. Okay, let's add an additional 3 hours and 4 minutes on it, because I guess the idea is then I was playing it with the backwards compatible version, and I guess that's on PS3. So I haven't beat it. There's so much to the game, and then I was even reading that on. Sometimes when I feel a certain way, I wonder if it's coming from a place of misinformation, something I missed, something I'm not getting. That was like with Odin Sphere, with Neo. No, people say that Neo just go on forever. In Neo 2, I played 7 hours. Wow, I did play quite a bit then. I didn't realize I played 7 hours in Neo 2, and I might have said that already on this. Hold on one second real quick. Hold up, guys. Hold on one second. All right. No, luckily, it was funny. My wife called me because I know she had to go do something. And I was like, well, if she's calling me, it must be a big deal. But she said, oh, no, I totally forgot. You were streaming, but no big deal. Anyway, back to Neo 3. So Neo 2, back to Neo 2. I played 7 hours, but I didn't play more, so I think that told me I was just like, "Look, this is just more of Neo." It's just it has that new thing where you go into the Kowai. I think I'm making up the name. The Okai, some Japanese spirit dimension. So here's the thing with Neo 3. I was watching some video. I played the demo a little bit, but I was like, I don't want to play the demo. I know this game. When I was looking at oh hey GMKLX, good to see you. I think I just realized you came in here. Quickest return to show ever. I know, right? So I played the demo, but I didn't get too far. But when I was watching some video about it, it almost seemed like Neo 3 is now in an open world setting, which the first two were very linear, like even level based. But even in the levels, there was like you could only go one way. And I didn't mind that because as you would go, you would see shortcuts. And so it would be fun to take shortcuts, hit secrets. But I think that's what led to it taking a long time because as a type of gamer, I like to explore things, So um anyway, this looks like it's open world. I'm excited. Just added to my wish list. I love that there's these samurai ninja games that come out all the time. I don't know why. Those secretly my favorite games when it comes to action. Okay. I haven't even read this yet. R-Type DX Music Encore announced for PS4, Xbox Series X, Switch, and PC due out this winter. How many R-Types? There's so much R-Type stuff coming out. Okay. R-Type DX Music Encore is a port of the 1999 released. Wait a minute. From Game Boy Color? This is a re-release of the Game Boy Color R-Type? Wow. This was one of my favorite games on the Game Boy Color. But I was not expecting. It's just Music Encore sounds odd. Let's look at the Steam page. Let's click add to wish list. No date, coming soon. Neat. Interesting. So looking at this video, it looks like it's preserving that, but it looks like there's a focus on music. Is that? What if every stage had its own dedicated music, just like in the arcade? Oh, so maybe that wasn't the case on Game Boy Color, and I just didn't know. Wow, this is cool news, guys. And I like that it's based around music. Music is such a big deal to me, especially in video games, and so I like that it's like a shmup based around music. It's like the universe, once again, is speaking to me. All right, we're going to jump. Mario Kart World version 1.3.0 update now available. Join friends playing Knockout Tour online. Okay. So that's cool. Didn't know there was that. Up to 2 players can now play free roam. Wait, while waiting if the game was full when trying to join. I don't understand. So I don't know if it's trying to say you can now do free roam co-op or it just means it's now if you're going, I don't know, but I'm gonna into the character pulled into the UFO. Okay, what is UFO? Wait, it's now easier to encounter UFOs in free roam. Did I miss Mario Kart World having UFOs that appeared? Like Nintendo's really in on these conspiracies. Interest. So there's a lot of little things in this. Increase the invincibility time after spinning or crashing during a race. Reduce the force of jumps when landing on a rival from above. A lot of these things were very noticeable, and it's interesting that I thought that was just what they were going to make in the game harder, because that invincibility, you didn't have a large window after getting hit. Further increase the frequency of lap type courses appearing in the selection, and that makes sense. So when a game is being Q&A'd to death, sometimes it gets harder and harder. That happens a lot, especially back in the 90s, Genesis games and Super Nintendo games. But I think what happens is once they get it out to the public and, millions of people are playing, then they can get an idea. I said millions, but probably million. I don't know how many people are actually playing it. Hey, Midnight Hatter. Good to see you. Never played R-Type, but then I prefer the top-down style. Oh, that's cool. See, I prefer horizontal, but I love shmup, so I'll play vertical. It's so fascinating how that's a thing. Like people that like sparkling water or regular water. There's people like horizontal shmups or vertical shmups. Was that a good analogy? Okay, I want to get into a game, but real quick, Kojima, talked about a lot of stuff. One is Niantic, the company that did, Pokemon Go and all that. He's working with them to take over the world so that he's everywhere, so you can't get away from Kojima. Sony PlayStation State of Play set for September 24th. What? Is there going to be a State of Play? Let me see some State of Play September 20th. What time? Oh, wait, what? What time is that? What's the difference between Central Eastern time? No, I'm joking. Okay, so I might be able to live stream this. They must have announced this yesterday, huh? Like I said, I was at work, was pretty busy. I was, wow. Well, guys, I might stream that later, especially if it's just 35 minutes. For more than 35 minutes, okay. Okay, guys, check this out. This seems pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to try it yet, though. This is called Granvir. This is a mecha game. Mechs, online co-op, single player, multiplayer. You build it. So everything here sounded good until I read the description up here. It said Granvir is a third-person action rogue light mech builder. So the rogue parts then might not be. It's like I don't want the game to be about that, like mobile games are about being in the menus. But this looks cool, and I need to try to have on my wish list. It's on sale for $13. And my whole thing is, I think it's really cool for companies to be coming out with mech games, especially these smaller companies. We don't get enough mech games to sort of revolutionize what it means to play a mech video game. I think there was potential for that, especially, with the Gundam games that came out in the 90s, and then things on Xbox like Steel Battalion and whatever that other one was, I forgot. So I want to keep my eye on this, and I might try to check it out later. But this just came out yesterday. So, Rogue, yeah. See, that's the thing, Steven. If it's too rogue, it's gonna pull me out. I'm going to try War Robots for Tier 2. Oh yeah, try that, because that is surprisingly fun. Kojima wishing me happy birthday through my Samsung fridge with Norman Reed to say hi. That's pretty good. Oh, I like this map, region map. Okay, so I'll check this out later because I want to let you guys know, is it a good roguelike or bad roguelike? That should be a thing. All right, here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to show you guys real quick. I talk so much sometimes I don't have time for playing. And here's the thing. Eventually, I want to figure out. Uh-oh, did I just mess up something? I'm frozen. Okay, I'm back. That was weird. Eventually, I want to figure out what happened. No, how I can maybe stream for an hour or 45 minutes. It's just that I'm trying to juggle like the morning routine, everyone getting ready, and then I have work. And so it's like I try to fit this in. I would like to have about an hour. Okay. Are you guys hearing this? Because I'm not. How does that make sense? Because I see the audio moving. Well, anyway, real quick, this is oh, look at that. This is Odin Sphere.
What's wrong?
Oh,
take a look.
I didn't mean to do this, but okay, you got an ice-proof charm. Vampiric ring. Gourmet ring. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Eating speed. I'm gonna grab that because eating is what gets you the money. Anyway, this is Odin Sphere. I like this game a whole lot. I just don't know why the audio, but I'm not gonna worry, guys. This is about you, not me. So here's what's strange. Wait. Are the buttons not working? Oh, I didn't grab that. Oh, maybe I can't do what I need to do here. I have to do it here. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Because I just beat the level. Anyway, this is the world map of Odin Sphere. If you guys haven't seen it before, and again, I've beaten it with one character. I'm now playing with another character. So, and it's like reversed levels that you go through. Really cool animation. I usually skip story. Really cool art and everything going on. But, like, look at this. Look at how cool this looks. And then I'm going to, I guess I keep forgetting what to press. All right, let's do some battling so you can guys see what it's like real quick. Mini troll. So it's just one button to attack, but then you can, like, mess with that. Like, okay, well, then I'll hit him in the air and then keep juggling them. It's funny, down in attack is what, if they're blocking, if someone has a shield, down in attack stops that. I then have like a little magic that I can do, press up in the magic button, down in the magic button, and it does different magic. Like this one's pretty good. Oh, I didn't realize, like, these guys are bad guys. I thought they were just, like, environmental things. And then stage complete. I can hear the music, even though I can't hear the music. Because this plays some badass music every time. Alright, so I want to show you, and this is the map. You see how it's like, you walk, and it's a complete circle. Which is very interesting. And then you just go to, like, okay, well, I'm going to go to this place. So you press up and X to get there, and then give me some habaneros. Okay. Oh. Wow, is that gonna be like 5 pages I have to read? Oh, cool. So this is saying some of the elemental items I have to use. For environmental, yeah. Elemental things I can use environmentally, but let me save this real quick because I'm gonna jump into something else real quick. It has a cross save option at the top because you can play this on Vita. All right. So here's what's cool. Same developer, Dragon's Crown Pro. $4.99 on PSN right now. I think I've played this before, but I don't know where. It might have been PS4, and maybe I can look that up here in a second. You know what? I don't think I have time to start a game, but just to show you guys, here's the menu of Dragon's Crown. Okay, and then the other game that I'm pumped about is Soldier X2 Final Prototype. I had this on Vita. They made it's $2.99 right now on PSN. They made, I guess, a new definitive edition. 3104 AD, the virus wars had ended after the Soldier X prototype returned to Earth. Oh, here we go. Difficulty beginner. I always start with that just to get through it. Yeah, all that. Is there stronger? No. Just real quick, we could just look at. Oh, and then the credits. Can I change that? Oh, I can, but just a 2. Let's just do a quick... I'll show it to you guys. And this is the type of game Steven hates. Because it's not vertical. So he hates it. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, and this is more of a Euro shmup. So, Europeans tend to like horizontal shmups. But you can kind of see it's, you know, the graphics are interesting because it still looks like hand-drawn stuff or pre-rendered stuff, but it's not pixel. I gotta say, this does seem a bit different than the Vita one. Oh, that guy's got something. Anyway, that's that game. Okay. Well. Is there no pause? There we go. Okay, well, yeah, it was nice to kind of show you guys that real quick. I just got to figure out what I did last time to make sure I can hear the audio as well. Let me check one thing, because I was just talking about Dragon Crown. Like, when did I play that before? And there's also another... I forget the name. Wait, Princess... No? Oh, because it's on 3DS. Yeah. I forget what the game was, like Princess Crown or Dragons. Anyway, but let's go. I wanted to... Wow, have I not... Wait. So then if I played it before, I wonder where I played it. Yeah. But anyway, I think we're done. I think we are done. Steven hates horizontal like Adam hates dialogue. I guess we've picked up on that, Adam. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. That was a lot of fun. So with Sony State of Play, stay tuned like for later today. If I'm not busy with work by that time, I might jump in and stream what they're doing. I think that would be fun. So I'm going to head out, guys. Have a good rest of the day. We will talk later.